Concept: skimming pricing strategy. Skimming pricing strategy refers to when a manufacturer introduces a new product to the market. They use the novelty-seeking mentality of some consumers to set a high price, like skimming the fat layer off milk, to obtain a portion of high profits from them. Then, they lower the price to meet the demand of the general public, which is known as the skimming pricing strategy. Skimming pricing strategy, also known as high pricing strategy, is a pricing strategy that is completely opposite to the penetration pricing strategy. Its characteristics are: it can achieve short-term profit maximization. It can increase the value of the product with a high price and stimulate consumer purchasing desire. It can control the growth rate of the market with a high price so that the current production capacity can meet the demand and alleviate the supply-demand contradiction. It leaves room for price reduction. Case 1: Once, I saw a story online that felt like it was from another world. A netizen recalled that in 1988, Head & Shoulders shampoo was sold as a luxury item. At that time, her mother's monthly salary was 128 yuan, and Head & Shoulders was sold for 28 yuan per bottle, which was more than the money they spent on groceries and meat for a month. So her whole family felt that using Head & Shoulders to wash their hair was different from using other shampoos, and she often boasted to her classmates, smell it, it's different, right?" Why did this happen? It was because when Procter & Gamble entered China, they chose to use a pricing strategy called skimming pricing strategy to enter the market. Case 2: During the first Christmas after the end of World War II, American consumers were eager to buy some novel and unique products as gifts for friends, family, and themselves to celebrate this hard-won peaceful Christmas. A company called Reynolds saw this opportunity. They imported a magical product called the ballpoint pen from Argentina. This ordinary item today was never seen by Americans during World War II. Reynolds mass-produced ballpoint pens in the U.S., with a cost of only $0.5. Reynolds decided to wholesale the ballpoint pens to retailers for $10 and sell them to American consumers for $20, which cost only $0.5. You might think Reynolds was crazy. However, they believed that the ballpoint pen was still a novelty in the US, and people had never seen it before. It was a rare opportunity, and it was Christmas, so people would buy it even if it was expensive. As expected, this product with a cost of $0.5, a retail price of $20, and a high markup rate of 40 times, became popular throughout the United States. Of course, later on, competitors rushed in, and the production cost of ballpoint pens dropped from $0.5 to $0.1, and the market price also dropped to $0.7 due to fierce competition. However, Reynolds had already made a lot of money. Reynolds used the famous skimming pricing strategy. Application: which industries can use it? In the past, the industry that used the skimming pricing strategy the most was the high-tech industry. For example, Intel's chips, Nokia's phones, and Sony's color TVs, etc. These industries naturally meet several prerequisites for the skimming pricing strategy to work. First, because high-tech products are usually cool and novel, consumers are willing to pay higher prices. Second, although high-tech products are expensive, they are not as expensive as real estate, and most consumers can afford them. Third, there are no competitors who adopt lower pricing strategies. High-tech products usually have a certain technological advantage, and it takes time for competitors to catch up, so it gives the first mover a skimming time window. Of course, in the high-tech industry, there are also experts in the penetration pricing strategy, like Xiaomi, who do not play by industry rules and launch attacks on all skimming pricing markets. From the perspective of pricing strategy, China's high-tech market today is essentially a battle between the skimming pricing strategy and the penetration pricing strategy on the scale of price and quantity. Summary: the pros and cons of the skimming pricing strategy. What are the advantages and disadvantages of the skimming pricing strategy? The advantage is obvious, which is to obtain excess profits. The disadvantage is also obvious. The skimming pricing strategy is like an invitation card with a gold border inviting competitors to enter the market. Moreover, according to the logic of the scale of price and quantity, the skimming pricing strategy will sacrifice a certain amount of sales. Which one is better, the skimming pricing strategy or the penetration pricing strategy? There is no better method. The prerequisite for the skimming pricing strategy is that you must have pricing power due to brand, technology, innovation, or creativity. The skimming pricing strategy is a means of withdrawal for products with pricing power, and is basically irrelevant to products without pricing power.